Right guys, so video number one for chronic lower back issues is what to do if you've got a client who's in the acute stages of back pain. So what I mean by acute stage is obviously the most painful when the kind of muscles are in spasm. A good way to tell if you're in acute stage is if you fear the next sneeze or cough, because you know it's going to absolutely wreck, then you know you're in the acute stages. So one of the things when you're in the acute stage and all your muscles are kind of spasming, you know, myself as a lower back sufferer, pain sufferer, and you know, having clients, you know, it doesn't really matter what position you get into. I mean, you might get a bit of, if you move or lie in a certain way, you might get a bit of benefit for maybe a few seconds, but then it will start to kind of all ball up again. It's very hard to find a position you can get into that A is going to help the situation, B give you like a little bit of pain relief as well. So obviously having to deal with my horrific back injury over the past 18 months, and worked with clients as well that had a lifetime history of chronic back pain. Probably the only position I've found that actually helps and gives you some sort of pain relief is what I would call the lower back recovery position, which you can do at the gym on a bench. Obviously it's better if you can do it at home on a bed or on a couch, but this is the position we're going to get into. So we're going to lie down, feet flat, and if we can, get our arms kind of behind us or up by our ears, but try and get them supported as much as you can. So if we look at this position, we break it down. Obviously, one of the most beneficial thing for someone with lower back issues is they've probably got very tight hip flexors, or the hip flexors are balled up. So if I am in this position here, my hips are in a nice, gentle, supported stretch, where everything can kind of relax. And then the second half is if I can get my arms up on my ears, so they're supported. It doesn't necessarily be dangling in free air, as long as they're supported. That's also going to stretch out my thoracic and upper spine. And what you'll find is if you're in the acute stages of lower back pain, the hardest thing about this is getting into position, because you'll lie on the bed and you'll probably be fine, your legs up here, but as soon as you try and drop your legs like this, because these are, your hip flexors are so tight, what they're going to do is they're going to try and grab your pelvis and push you back into like an excessive arch, which is going to flare the muscles up. But you'll find if you can very slowly work your way into this position, it might be stiff for a few seconds, but after 30 seconds or so, everything's going to relax and it's going to start to stretch out. So what I would say is that in the acute stages, spend as much time in this position as you can throughout the day, and the more time you spend in that position, the quicker you can start to get improvements with your lower back pain, because we are stretching out these tight hip flexor muscles. That for whatever reason, when you do injure your lower back, they tend to ball up really stiff. So if we can get them kind of stretched and relaxed, you'll find your lower back will start to ease off and the pain will subside. This is also a very, very good position for any clients that have got like muscular scoliosis, so they kind of tend to lean to one side, or one shoulder is a lot higher than the other. It's a good position for them to get into prior to training. You'll find them actually alleviate that scoliosis a little bit and kind of pull those muscles a little bit straighter than what they are normally.